Hey guys, the Firebird is here. It's just me, and today we're talking about Rise of the Beast once again, which seems to be the thing that all of my latest videos have been focusing on, and for good reason. There's plenty of news and new info coming up that it's worth talking about, and you guys do seem to enjoy it for the most part. That Arachnid Theory video could be doing better, but for the most part things are really ramping up when it comes to Rise of the Beast. Now, speaking of ramping up, it appears that the Transformers set in Peru has been ransacked. Well, maybe ransacked's not the appropriate word. It's more like some people attempted to try and steal some artifacts, quote unquote, from the set. Now, this is some news that you probably heard like earlier in the weekend, and I originally was gonna cover this earlier, but I decided to wait and see until we get more news reports. You are probably very familiar with this image if you've been around, some of the conversation around Rise of the Beast lately. Well, it appears that this is actually not true. I'm not saying it's fake, because it appears that there was a whole misunderstanding with some of the people on set. They thought they were trying to steal. Some of the citizens around the area were actually reported to the police, the authorities, that some people were infiltrating, trying to steal stuff. The whole thing was just a big misunderstanding, and it appears that nothing was actually stolen. So yeah, it was actually a false alarm, and I'm glad I took my time reporting on this news specifically, because I had a feeling like I kinda wanna wait for more info before reporting on this. Otherwise I would have made this video 2 days ago. But yeah, for those of you who were freaking out, looks like that's not the case. Though I do feel like this is gonna make the people working on Transformers right now to tighten their security around the set. So it is very likely that we can expect leaks to appear less and less as the months go on, because recently when Cheetor and Wheeljack got leaked, well, they weren't supposed to do that. We weren't supposed to find out that these characters were gonna be on the film. In fact, apparently that made it so Paramount goes around taking down some images depicting our main lead wearing a metal gauntlet. That's why in my last video, when I showed you that image, I actually had it very filtered, blurry, just in case, and it looked like that worked. So overall, it looks like the situation around the set's gonna be more wrapped up from now on. I'm not saying don't expect to see any more news from now on, because we definitely will. Stuff's gonna get leaked regardless, but now things might get leaked even less, because now there is tighter security around because of the little scare they had with the fake news reporting, and the police getting called to this false alarm, and the recent unofficial reveal of Wheeljack and Cheetor. Partly because they kept that sign around the set saying, oh yeah, Cheetor's on the film, and because one of the helpers, the volunteers that's around the set, actually leaked the Wheeljack stuff, so they might be a bit more tight-lipped about what information they give to the people there. So meaning we'll probably get less leaks from now on. That's either a good thing or a bad thing from your point of view. But anyways, in other news, recently we got the reveal of the logo. Well, I'm not sure if this is the final logo of the movie, but a logo for Rise of the Beast. Stephen Capo Jr. on his Instagram basically showcased this combined symbol of the Maximal and Autobot logos. Some people call the logo Squidward, jokingly of course. I think it looks pretty good. I like what they did here, how they combined the two symbols. Is it perfect? Nah, not really, but it's pretty good still. Also, apparently, the fight choreographer or coordinator, whatever you want to call it, also replied to this Instagram post. I'm not sure how Instagram works. I don't really have one. Well, I have one, but I don't use it. He says, "That's a wrap for the fight team. After 5 months of fantastic work with brilliant creatives and living out childhood dreams, I finished fight coordinating for Transformers Rise of the Beast." Now, my guess is that, well, when he means fight coordinating, I think he means that our main human characters might get into a few fights, maybe with other human-sized characters or other human organizations, who knows? Or maybe they were just doing it for the big robots. How are they gonna look on set when they actually add in the CGI? That might be it. It could be both, really. But it's nice to know that apparently they have the fight coordination down and stuff. Now, I want to talk a bit more about the logo, because some people who linked me the logo to check out also commented on this. This also kind of slightly confirms my theory on the Autobot and Maximal cast being one and the same, as opposed to us thinking of them as separate, as separate factions. When you think of Autobots and Decepticons, you think of them separately. Or when you think of, the Autobots, Decepticons, and Lockdown's mercenaries from Age of Extinction, you think of them as 3 factions, you know. Again, I keep going back to my old video where I said how the factions are gonna play out, who's allied with who's enemies with who, and this seems to confirm my theory more or less. If you guys don't know, in some of my latest videos, I went on record saying that I think the Autobot cast and the Maximal cast should be thought of as one faction, which I affectionately called the good guy cast. I also went on record as to saying that I think the Autobot and Maximal cast are contrasting each other. Like, each Autobot has a Maximal counterpart and vice versa. So Optimus Prime's Maximal counterpart will be Optimus Primal, Bumblebee's Cheetor, RC's Air Racer, Wheeljack is Rhinox, and Mirage supposedly is gonna be Rat Trap, because I mean, what other choices are they? So in total we're gonna end up with 10 good guy characters. We might have a few more, but I think 10's already, you know, the limit. I think we're already overdoing it with just 10, so I hope the number stays in there. If we do get more, I mean, great, but I'm a bit worried about our bad guy cast. I feel like if our good guy cast is so big, our bad guy cast is probably going to be kind of small. I'm not saying this is like 100% confirmation of my theory, but it's, you know, it's just more fuel to the fire. Like I keep saying, guys, the more days, the more weeks, the more leaks go on, the more and more I get proven right. So far, I have a really good track record with this movie. I even called out Wheeljack like way back when, before we had the Rise of the Beast title. Pretty good track record, I must say. As we still have nothing for the Terracons and Predacons, I feel like they're probably gonna be saving them up, you know, for the later half of the film, or after they're done filming. Maybe we'll start getting some Predacon and Terracon related info, because the Predacons are like the most unknown characters in the film. We have barely any idea what kind of role they're gonna play. Like, we know what the Terracon's deal is, we know what they're gonna all about, we know that they're the main bad guys of the film, but the Predacons have been very quiet. We hear nothing from them. I'm still like really positive we're gonna see them on this film. I mean, it got confirmed pretty much, but as for how many and like what role they're gonna play, that's still really up for debate. But yeah, from here on now, my guess is that the Rise of the Beast news are gonna slow down quite a bit because of this, you know, little scare that the production team had, plus the recent reveal of Cheetor and Wheeljack. I'm not saying that, oh, we're not gonna get any more leaks from now on. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying, if things slow down, do not be surprised. They're probably gonna tighten up security and, you know, take some extra precautions to stop information from being leaked. As far as we know, they finished filming in Machu Picchu pretty recently, so now they're going to another Peruvian city to film. Once they arrive there, the national police is gonna work in conjunction with the production team to like tighten up security and stuff, so people are not just gonna be able to go there and take photos. I mean, there's some people are still gonna sneak up. You know how us Transformers fans are, but I'm not even kidding when I say, yeah, security's tightening up, so expect leaks to slow down a bit. Big shout out to my editor for linking me all of these Peruvian articles, like news articles, so I could read them and, like, you know, get a better info as to what the situation is at the moment. I'm gonna put a link to some of these in the description down below if you guys want to check them out. They're all in Spanish, so I recommend using Google Translate if you're American, because, I mean, how many of you guys even pay attention in Spanish class? I bet almost none of you don't, so just use Google Translate, who cares? But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. My next video is gonna be probably not Rise of the Beast related. I might talk about the Beast Wars comic because it's really, really good and I really want to talk about it. There's so much to talk about there. So yeah, I'll see you guys next video, you know, whatever that may be. Bye, guys. Anyways, guys, before we go, shout out to our amazing patrons: TrueBlue712, Stitch Productions, Stephanie Baller, Christopher Prime, Predakin Hunter Plays, Mario Gordon, Allspark Studios, Scrub Lordo, Epic Nin, and special thanks to our big bold patrons, Jordan the Great and X23, who donated a amount of money. I'll leave you guys to wonder how much they did. Thank you guys for your support, it's much appreciated. It helps me keep the channel running and feed Squeaker, and if you guys want to donate to our Patreon, link to it is going to be in the description down below and in the comments down below, along with the channels of my patrons, so you guys can go and check them out. I collab with some of them sometimes. Scrub Lord. And if you guys want me to shout you out, put a link to your channel, suggest your own videos, or collab with me in some of my videos or your videos, vice versa, doesn't matter. The link to our Patreon is going to be in the description down below and in the comments down below for you guys to check out if you're interested. But keep in mind that this is entirely optional. So yeah, thank you to my patrons for donating, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys.